PTG, Proxy Table Gaming, Hyper G and Lucky Sixes, here with you for round 5 of Da Masters.
What up, dogs? How's it going?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We smashed out rounds 1 to 4 in one recording session and
We
then
did.
saved round 5 for this one.
Yep. Bringing
So,
to you. Well, not live.
Yeah.
Live, semi-live.
Well, we're live to ourselves.
We're live.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like live action battle report.
Live action battle report. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Actually, we always call them live action, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then put them up like a week later. No,
Yeah.
don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. That'll be between me and you, Hyper G.
Okay, fair enough. Lucky Six.
How is everybody else? All right. Hope you're all good.
Put it in the comments in the live
comments.
chat.
In the live streaming chat. How are you?
4 weeks from now.
Yeah, that's it. We are on to the last game of Masters. Sad, but it's been a good time, and so far I have avoided a 0-20.
You have,
I have
and you
got
got
a
one win. Yeah,
and it's unless I take an absolute battering, which is the 0-20. I probably won't come last.
Probably.
So we're nearly there, folks. And very much that was my thought going into this. It's like I'm nearly there. I've nearly not been battered by everyone.
And how many points are you on?
37.
Okay.
So with a
respectable.
Yeah, I was actually maybe around 37, maybe 39. I'm not sure.
Well, it was 9 on your first game. You had a 10-10, didn't you?
No, I had a 9, then a 3 to take it to 12,
yeah,
then a 17 to take it to 29, then another 9. So yeah, 38. 38.
Yeah.
So a 12 would have taken me to 50 points, which
is pretty good
I would
first
take
Masters.
That very much so for first Masters and Masters without a BSB as well. But yeah, going against
that was your choice. You can't claim any credit. It was your choice.
I know. I was happy with it. I was happy with it. Or was I? Let's see. Onto my list, as I said, with no BSB, but we do have an Ancient Dragon, a Griffin, 2 other mini dragons, a Flying Mage, Sea Guard, Sword Masters, and some Grey Watchers who have been superb. Actually, the Grey Watchers really good, really nice addition. Really liking it. I'm really liking the list. I feel like I'm playing a little bit better with Lancers. Probably not the best, but a little bit better with them.
Massively better than you were like in the days that you dropped them.
Yeah. So yeah, and so much so that actually this is a potential list for ETC and going. Obviously, updates required and stuff, whatever. But yeah, interesting, very interesting. Bondi's Ogre. So I was like, you know what, Ogres aren't a terrible thing. They're not that thing. I've got a bit of alchemy, not too bad. However, I really, really don't like those mammoth hunters with spears hitting on 2+. They're basically mini bolt throwers that my dragons really don't like.
No, we saw Bondi in on the live stream in round 2. Yes. I think it was round 2.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean the hunting spear mammoth hunters didn't really get going against VS because there was nothing to shoot.
Sure.
but in the Friday evening meal that we had, actually Bondi came and joined us, didn't he?
Yeah.
He definitely gave you some smack talk.
Oh yeah. If we come up,
his hunting spears. Dragons, yeah. And then of course, 2 days later, you were playing against each other.
Against him, and we'd already had a skewering from Scorpions and Kev as well. So
exactly,
not gonna lie, I was a bit scared. But he also has a Pyromancer master, which isn't great for my Sword Masters or Sea Guards. So that was an interesting. I think overall it's not a bad list for me because I can outmaneuver it. However, it does have some elements that can really hurt me, especially with Pyro, for example, and those spears. 2 Kin Eaters, so I can't be too static. Although when they do come around, I could flame breath them. It's not too bad. The Giants are fun, and speaking of fun, it was a very fun model army as well, which I'll hopefully get into. We played Frontline Clash and Hold the Ground because that was randomly selected as before the Masters as the last game, which is a nice, easy one, not really too much to think about. wasn't too bad for this because of my swordmasters. I thought if my swordmasters can survive the pyro, actually being in the middle, they're not too bad. Yeah, he deployed and went put down. Sorry, he chose sides, and I put down for first. The as you can see, his ogres are some ogres and also some trolls and some squigs, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool.
I suppose we should call them gnashers these days, shouldn't we?
Yes, I should.
I think everyone still affectionately calls them squigs, really, as well. So.
Squashers. But yeah, so it's a really, really cool list, and when we get some close-ups, you'll see some nice photos of it as well, which is cool. I dropped for first, so I put the swordmasters in the middle, although I kind of completely forgot that was a forest.
I was going to say that's an interesting one.
But I also, maybe I did that. Maybe I thought as well that I'm not getting any ranks anyway, so I've got to just kill the stuff that's coming into me. So we'll see. I've got Lancers, Alchemy Dragon, Sea Guard, Swordmasters, Mage, and Grey Watchers behind. Lancers in the middle, not really knowing, perhaps helping out with the objective later on, was my thought. The Pyro Dragon is not out in the corner, it's actually just in front of those Lancers, just wing issues. With the dragons, then the Ancient Dragon and Griffin on the hill. I'm pretty. I like the idea of the Griffin using the hill as a bit of a re-roll. Actually,
yeah, it's funny how the hill still works for flyers, isn't it?
Yeah. This is after Vanguard as well, so you can see from him he's got a saber tusks.
Saber-toothed tigers.
Saber-toothed tigers. Then Tuskers, 5 of them. Then in the back, he's got a tribesman bunker with his pyro wizard. In front of them is his BSB in his saber-toothed tigers. Then some more Tuskers in the middle, some saber-toothed tigers that vanguarded, and on the right is one of his general. Is it his general? No,
a mammoth hunter.
Mammoth hunter with a spear. So both of those guys have spears, and the 2 giants in the forest back there. So that's pretty cool. This is after Vanguard, and it was me to go first. So I sort of spread out. I put both my big princes on the hill, looking for some re-rollable action.
Why not?
Behind us as cameras.
You weren't tempted to charge the saber-toothed tigers to begin with, get rid of them?
No, because it was over a 12 to get into the Tuskers, and I don't really want to impact hits.
No.
With my dragon, so... And I don't want to be fleeing. So I was like,
I was playing double advocate, really. It would have been a stupid charge.
However, interestingly though, my focus is going to be on the saber-tooths throughout. So because I need his chaff to be gone so that I can actually concentrate on his big tuskers. I moved my alchemy dragon over here, basically with my other lancers, to see if I can quick clash. It was my first time using quick clash as a spell. And I use because the Tuskers are pretty hard to kill for me from range with Pyro and Cosmo, so quick clash over there was pretty nice. I thought so. That's what I was going to do, and he's got no range for them, so I was pretty sure that they were going to survive as well. So that was I thought I could outmaneuver him. Was my instinct anyway. The Pyro Dragon just moves over with the Ancient Dragon just to help Pyro things, and then figure if I can get the Giants down to say 3 or 4 wounds in combat, my Princes can probably take them without worrying about attacks back, because his Giants, I think, are great weapons, so they're like strength 7. So I know they're Giants and they're not hitting me very well. I think they hit me on 5s maybe, but still, if they do come through, strength 7 AP 4 is going to hurt a little bit. So that's what I did. With magic, I clear 1 saber tusks, and the other one is down to 1. So that's like
nice,
superb. I also get the -1 to hit off on them just because the Grey Watchers helped out with a bit of chaff clearance. So pretty good to start off with.
Yeah, really good.
However, he charged his BSB out into my Swordmasters. I'm thinking, that's pretty good.
That's interesting.
He's only got a 4+4+, which goes to a 6+4+. That's not bad. However, he was pretty confident, and Tanker was watching, and they kind of suggested that I may have made a mistake by putting myself in the forest. Which is very true, because I'm now not steadfast against a guy that I need to kill, otherwise will beat me by about 8. So
there is that.
Yeah,
there is that.
So he's got the -1 to hit, so that's good. That will minimise all that stuff. But I've got no buffs on them. He is Res 5, and I need to kill him.
I suppose an unwounded.
He needed an 8 to get in, and he got in. So that was
they're Swift Ride, aren't they?
Yeah. So they got in anyway. But I'm not gonna lie, may have been a bit of sweat on my brow at this point.
Well, the way you've made it sound, I mean, the more you reassess it, the more you think, oh yeah, actually, you got to kill him to stop yourself taking a break.
Obviously, because there was Tanker and Bondi there, and Tanker was just watching because he drew his game. I think they shook on a 10.
Yeah.
But they were talking through the odds, and it really
never came out well.
Stack up on my favour.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, okay, I've got my mage behind there. Yeah, it's if I do run, that's not good. Luckily, I killed him, so don't worry about it.
Oh, there you go.
This is. I should say though that this is after him not getting, I don't think, one of the -1 to hit buffs. Obviously, he's got Cloak of Cinders and the Hereditary, which work very well together. But luckily for me, he had a bad magic phase, or I can't remember exactly, but didn't get it off. Killed 2 from impact, and I just diced him, baby.
Yeah,
baby.
So he must have got pretty unlucky with his Aegis save then.
Yeah. So
he had 5 HP, didn't it? So
4 or 5, I can't remember. But yes, 5, yeah, pretty happy because that's his BSB, and that's a big swing my way. And realistically, I probably shouldn't have killed him. I think he didn't get any of his 6-ups, and then I don't think he got any of his Aegis, from what I remember.
Well, to be fair, if you'd have killed him for everything apart from 1 wound, then you might have just stuck on a -1 or -2.
Yeah, true. But I mean,
without a BSB, that is dicey. So
yeah, I only had 4 wide, so I had 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 attacks, hitting him on 2s, 3s, probably offensive 6, so 2s, wounding him on 4s.
Yeah.
So maybe look at a 14, 7 should have gone through, and then he's got 6-up, 4-up. So
he shouldn't have died.
No. And then he does do a lot to me, but we'll forget that. And obviously, I've outskilled you, Bondi.
Yeah, and there was 1 hunting spear gone.
I tempted him. It was all a plan. So what happens after that? I immediately move out the forest. What a stupid idea that was. So I'll just bide my time. I'll bide my time. Don't worry about it. I'll bide my time. My Griffin and my Dragon sort of stay on the hill because I didn't really know what to do with the Griffin. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I was tired over the whole weekend, but my whole play in this game with the Griffin wasn't good. So
very defensive.
Just like I'll just stay on the hill. Don't worry about it. Just zone maybe, but I could probably have used him a bit better. I did get a bit aggressive with the Alchemy Dragon. On the flank, basically going up to Breath Weapon and see if I can panic or do anything there, and Quick Lash in the side. So that's my plan there.
Yeah.
Lancers stay back because I might need them for chaff later on, for example. I get Pyro, Flow, and Blaze off to do, I want to say 3 wounds on him, but it might only be 2. But a few wounds off there, so that's cool. Ice and Fire off the last few of the Saber Tusks as well. And I dice him on the Quick Lash, but I'm not sure whether I do any wounds or whether I kill 1 at the back. It's one of the 2.
You don't kill 1 at the back. You start with 5.
So
but
I dice him, but I don't do any wounds.
No.
So there's that. I do get.
You got 3 spells off, to be fair. And that was pretty good.
That's it. I do get kill 4 of the dog, 4 wounds with of the dogs. And he panics, so that's good. I'm hoping
he probably won't rally. At least at 4, is it?
Yeah,
5 maybe.
Hoping he doesn't. So that's a win there. Got rid of those chaff in the first 2 turns. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
I shoot here and get the -1 to hit off, just in case he tries anything. You will also know that those 5 Grey Watchers killed a Tusker.
Hooray!
It is going my way, sir.
It really is. It really is.
This is
And
going my way.
what beautiful models as well. That's one of
Yes,
the better close-ups that we've got there.
absolutely.
You can see the trolls as well nearby as the tribesmen. Very good.
Yeah.
And Bondi said he painted these pretty quickly as well,
He
didn't he?
painted
Like
them in a day,
3 or 4
in the
weeks,
dark,
was
because he's a
it? Yeah.
knobhead like that. Because he can paint really good.
He said, yeah, he
look
said
at me.
he didn't have a proper light, did he?
Yeah, oh, look at me. I can paint blindfolded and really well, better than you.
Ooh, ooh, you're
he-
still forgiving him for his
No, it's all right.
for his was it him who did the
Yeah.
naiads?
Sorry?
Was it Bondi that did the naiads?
Yes, the
Carly?
Naiads. That was a fun game.
There you go. Still, the wounds are still there, aren't
Yeah,
they?
it cut me deep with these frogs that never died. Yeah. No, it was all good. It was a really good game. To be fair, that one and this one as well. He takes a long charge. Need an 11 to get into me. Thinking again. Things are,
From what?
from
What's
the
charging?
Tuskers.
Oh right.
I was
okay.
surprised because
yeah.
Tuskers obviously got the impact hits. I guess he was just
hitting is
hoping
the
on
hardest part.
magic to help him out with me going back at him. But yeah,
Sure.
I was surprised by this. Luckily he didn't get it anyway for me, so I didn't see it through. But I couldn't work out whether I was bothered by that really or not.
Yeah.
But hey, otherwise he moves up with his Tuskers on the left. Can't do much about the dragon. Because I'll just dance around him if he looks at me. So there's that. Otherwise, he does put a giant right up into my flank on the right.
Yeah,
I'm not too bothered. Obviously, I don't want him to charge my Griffin because in the flank because of Nova Flare. I want Nova.
Yeah, you're very aware of that now.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah. I mean, I look at that and I go, you know what? I can probably do stuff to try and mitigate that. Pyro, he has a really good magic phase. I think this is a mixture of Pyro Flow and Embers, so actually it might be lucky for me that I only lost 8, 9, 10, 11 no 10 guys.
Yeah, Embers is a pie plate now as opposed to all models, isn't it?
Yes, it's not quite every single model, but
no.
yeah, it's just showed the devastation that Pyro could do against my Swordmasters, and we kind of know that about Swordmasters. But yeah, it was a ouch. I think I let Pyro Flow off and saved my dice for enveloping Embers, and he got it anyway. So what can you do? Otherwise, back to my turn. I retaliate by charging his Tuskers who flee.
Okay.
Meaning I test to redirect and go into his BSB, who also flees. So he's just wanted me to move a bit forward and bait me and do that. So yeah, it worked. Without BSB, I'm just hoping that he gets a couple of bad rolls, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they're gone.
So that's them where they end up. Over here, I make a long charge, thinking I can't just sit round.
No, you just get pyroed to death.
Yeah, So let's make a long charge. I think I need 11. I've also got the Lancers that can come up and chaff if I fail, so I don't mind too much, regardless there. I do fail, and I move the Lancers up to chaff. I also move my Alchemy Dragon down, just it can't overrun into it, but just so that I can maybe counter-charge with both. Might be a good idea. My other Lancers come from the centre to move over in case they need to chaff as well. This has become the threat for me, and the Sea Guard just to say where they are so that they can shoot. The Pyro Mage and my Pyro Dragon and the Grey Watchers come over to the Giant in the right. You can see that you've got a Giant over there and then a Giant in the forest that both have a reasonable charge into my Dragon. So I'm just thinking, well, if I can get some wounds off over here, get him down to like 2 wounds, he'll charge in the flank, I'll kill him before he swings. I won't put as many attacks on that other Giant.
Or any. Yeah. Don't put any on it. Don't ramp up at all.
Well, either I've got great weapons, so I've got the Dragon and the guy. So I'm hoping to kill the one on the right with my guy. And Dragon goes forward.
If it has to, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I might get a bonus and might kill this Giant as well, because it's only got 4 wounds left, so we'll see what can do there. I don't kill him. I do put a few more wounds on him, And as you can see under my dragon, who is now on the floor,
Oh no!
I 666 on the card number 1.
Wow.
Which means
Okay.
I die. So he lets a few pyro spells off, and my dragon mage, pyro dragon dies. Luckily for me, nothing panicked. So
You didn't auto die from the 666, though.
triple
It was
six gets
just.
turned into a 777 because of the 1 card.
Oh yeah, no, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course it
so
does.
yes, he did.
Dang.
He
Yeah.
just died there and then. He let off a fireball, a pyro flow, and then died.
Mm.
So that was annoying because I was just like, I could just whatever. But it's didn't go my way.
The dragons have done a few miscasts throughout this tournament, actually, haven't they? You know,
yeah.
between them.
I think that's my 4th, but we'll see. He goes in with both. I did get the -1 to hit off, and I think he's got 3 wounds left on this one, so
okay,
I'm not too bothered.
No.
Rallies with both, so I'm not
that's
super lucky, but it is fair. It is.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, you can't really hope for too much worse.
No. Over here, he kills the lance. I don't do another wound. It's just him moving things, so he's still got 4 left. It kills him to a man as well. I was hoping to get away and then rally and whatever, but not to be. Over here, I kill the guy on the right. I think it's like 4 wounds with the dragon into the giant. I take 1 back. And just the combat res is just insane on this giant. He flees, and I run him down. And obviously that's his turn, and it's my turn left.
I was going to say, I was just hesitating before I commented to find out what turn it was there. You said it, and that's okay.
I mean, that's okay, because I'm now going to charge one of these units, probably the Tuskers, because
the tribesmen probably would have fled.
They have a champion as well, so they could hold, be steadfast, and I get in the flank, and I don't like that. But
no,
it might be a good trade-off if I can kill the pyro. There is an argument that if I can kill the pyro dragon, then there might be a good idea for that. But I figure that the Tuskers are a better thing. He's also got his guy behind there, and if I can overrun, then be nice. So I charge the Tuskers. I charge here. He's a bit closer to me. I should get it off, and we're hoping to buff these up as much as possible. I'm going first.
You can use them as they're like, I'm already half dead. I might as well just go out with a bang.
Yeah, that's it. And worst case scenario, I think I get them down to 2, maybe 1, and I can alchemy the rest off. Yeah, is what my thinking is. So I go in like that. The alchemy dragon just comes up just to help out. I didn't say before, but the kin eater came on the back. So my sea guy just turned around to shoot and take a charge if he wants to. He's only got 3 wounds, I think.
Yeah, it'll be there for a turn or
maybe
two,
4 wounds. But yeah,
I think it's 4 wounds, 5 up fortitude, unbreakable.
Yeah, so hoping just to help out there. And my lancers come so they can't be charged and could chaff if needed. The mage, the griffin, finally comes out and does something, trying to pen in the bunker. The tribesman and the mage. I perhaps arguably though a bit aggressive with him. I've been a bit close because for reasons which we'll see. But yeah, again, I didn't think I played very well with the griffin. But anyway, the mage comes over to maybe pyro or Cosmo the kin eater if I need to as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was what I was about to say there. You'll do some damage to the Tuskers, but there is a danger that they go through the rest of them.
I'm also here because he's now within 18 of everything, and I'm hoping to get the hereditary off. So I throw 4 dice at the hereditary. He stops it. I then throw 3 dice at Gloria Gold off on these guys so that I can do rerolls to wound, and I don't get it. I roll a 6, which means I don't have any buffs here.
Yeah.
So when I go in, I only do 3 wounds.
I was going to say, because you're wounded on 4s, even with Swordmaster.
Yeah. And it's 2s and 4s, but only 3 wounds out of all them.
He'd still have a 5 up armor save as well, though, wouldn't he? So, yeah.
Really hurt me, and he killed me to a man.
Yeah.
Which means this is my turn. He gets to pivot.
Charge whatever the frig he like. Oh, he's gone that way. Interesting.
And charge whatever he wants. And honestly, I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought the worst case scenario is that I would hold and whatever. But that was interesting, I must admit. So yeah, over here though, I do go through them. They get. I think they failed a challenge and failed a steadfast actually to go off.
Right, okay.
Which means I only need a 5 to get into the guy, and I roll a 4.
No, okay. Well, maybe you just had your luck earlier on.
I'm just making really hard work of this game. It is going my way, but I'm really there's a few.
Well, you moved out of the Truskers flank chart, the tribesmen.
Yeah, but I don't mind.
Really, I don't think you would have cared about that, really. Yeah.
I'm still on only 1 wound, so I've still got a load of wounds.
But hunting spear to the throat.
But otherwise, I am facing. I obviously chased them just in case, so that I could overrun. I didn't, and not getting the overrun just meant I'm a bit in no man's land here as well. But yeah, he charges in, and that's not good in any regard. He charges in here. I've done 2 wounds, so I only need 2 more. So over time, I'm pretty happy. Although I wasn't expecting to be having to be careful behind me, so
no,
there is an issue there. His other one comes on as well, and I'm like, oh god, no.
I mean, in terms of the objective, that is a problem that your Sea Guard are now held up, and that is a problem too.
So, as well, I think it is 1-0 to him, possibly objective-wise, because I'm not sure.
The Tuskers came forward.
Yeah,
originally.
I think that's what it is. He's winning.
You went first, didn't? And you charged him off with the dragon. Yeah. So when he came forward, maybe he's got into it.
Yeah, and honestly, I was hoping to kill these Tuskers and then just move into the objective. And now I can't. I do have Lancers, but I've used 1 Lancers as chaff. So it's all on those 5 Lancers, which is... And they... who go into the middle. And this is... his turn is the end, so we draw this one. So you think he's still 1-0 up, is what I want to say.
Okay, and the tribesmen are there now as well. So.
Yeah. Last turn as well. Completely forgot to even move my Grey Watchers. I'm not playing the best.
Sure.
I'm obviously just trying to ride my luck as much as possible. This is on to my turn as well though, and this is. Oh no, that's probably why he's 1-0 up. He's 1-0 up now because this is on to my turn, and I've come in to draw the objective.
Okay, fair enough.
But my point from this one was if he stays within 6, I'm going to charge him. So I didn't mind too much there. But he is 1-0 up at this point. He's killed off my Alchemy Dragon, so another battle where they both don't survive.
They're so rubbish. They should be cheaper.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they've been unlucky. They've been really unlucky to die in this one, but it happens, I guess. The Mammoth Hunter just moved away from me, and I've figured I'm not going to catch him. And he's just going to spear me all day. So I'm just hoping he doesn't spear me enough to kill me. Over here, this is the second combat now, and I haven't done a single wound to him in combat. I'm just not rolling 6s.
Well, it looks like you got a 1 wound marker on him.
Well, I got a 2 from the shooting, and then just haven't done anything in combat. So I'm like,
because that's the first one. Yeah, no, it's not the second one, is it?
So I end up. I've got the Grey Watcher shooting at the Tuskers, so that'll mitigate something, but I've just got to turn around and get as many attacks on them as possible. It's not good. It's not a good position.
That's not ideal at all.
For my pointy ears. And he charges, because...
And he's gone Kinnear into the Lancers as well.
Yes, so for scoring purposes. He figures if he can get in, then he will.
Yeah, Lancers don't want any part of that.
No, he doesn't get in, though, so that's lucky for me. And in remaining moves, he just ends up sitting there with the tribesmen to score the objective, so he's still 1-0 up. And moves.
So are they in combat with the Griffin? They're not.
No, it's just he's moved his Shaman guy out.
Yeah, I was going to say
out of line of sight of everything. Which again, I'm probably just not. I'm not playing very well with my flyers because they should angles wise they should be zoning a bit better.
You kind of got yourself in a bit of a hole, and now you can't really dig yourself out of it.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with that. He throws a spear and throws all sorts of things, and I have 1 guy remaining, so I at least draw this objective.
Okay, that's something.
So I have a chance if I can go in, kill his tribesman, and survive. Then I can draw the objective.
Yeah,
but I think this is his turn 5.
Yeah,
I think at this point goes in. This is with the hereditary on as well. I think. batters me. I'm doing nothing back whatsoever. I mean, he is Res 5, so I'm running on 6s, but I'm just not getting any 6s at all.
Yeah.
I go in here because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And I move to here to breath weapon his shaman, who has no save, and I do it.
Wow, that's really good going.
Yeah, really good. So he's Res 4 and has no save whatsoever. So I just had to roll.
Oh, they're only Res 4. Wow.
His shamans are, I think. Everything else is Res 5. So I just had to roll 4 4s on whatever it was. I can't remember how many I rolled, but I did it, baby.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And I've moved up to be like this so that he can't charge my lancers and he'll just have to shoot. It comes down to whether he hits, whether he wounds, and whatever, which is very likely. Seaguard dead. He ended up pursuing with both just to make sure that he could get him. And so didn't have a thing on my mage. I don't know what this. Oh, this is him going into my Grey Watchers, I think, with.
Sure. Yeah. The Kinea.
I done 3 wounds to him, not quite enough to kill him. And the last picture shows I made him flee the things. So, but I couldn't catch them. And this is the end of the game, so which would suggest... Oh, he's also tried to shoot and rolled a 1 on my Lancer. However, I still lose the objective rather than draw it. I think because I've got my maths wrong here. I think it was 2-0 up and this was me drawing.
Yeah, I think
2-1.
I think when you said the tribesmen put him 1-0 up, I think actually they might have put him 2-0 up.
And and it was at this point that I realised that I was like, I just played so badly. In that regard,
I don't necessarily think you played badly. I think one thing was a bit of a risky move without realising it, and then you got yourself in a hole.
If I'd have got the Glory of Gold off, obviously it's an extra AP and reroll to wound, it would have been massive. So,
of course it would.
Just not getting that 8 on 3 dice is just like completely changed the whole outlook of the game, really. Having said that, I got super lucky at the start, and a lot of things went my way early on. And then I just didn't capitalise, I guess, on top of that.
I mean, the thing is, though, you're at Masters. Everyone's a good player, including Bondi, who's a very good player.
Yeah.
So, even when you have a good start, things can turn really quickly because these good players, yourself included, because you're at Masters, they know how to dig themselves out of bad starts and put the pressure on. And Bondi saw the gap that you left him from 1, maybe 2 less than ideal plays. And seized on it, and
I mean he was
how
really...
does the score work out?
Yeah, he was super good on like his moving and single models. Obviously the Tusker's just MVP for him down that side. They took the Swordmasters, the Dragon, and the Seaguard, and a unit of Lancers. So that's like that's my whole army.
Absolutely.
But so in terms of everything, obviously he won the objective. So I was like, oh no, have I got a loss out of this good luck at the start? But luckily we totted it up, and with those guys fleeing and killing the shaman and the BSB to start off with, I ended up getting a 10-10, winning on VPs, 13. So I was this close to getting over 50 because I got 13. But Bondi's better play meant he got the objective, and we drew 10-10. And it was a really, really fun game.
I think that's probably a fair result.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I got really lucky at the start to kill his BSB, and it went on from there. And then had a few. Bondi just played really, really well. I was really surprised from that start.
Surprised he played well.
No, how well he got back into the game and really
too right.
Because I was comfortable once the BSB went down. I was comfortable, and then he turned around. So props to him. I had a really good fun game as well. A lot of Tanker watched most of it as well, so it was good chat on the game, and nice way to end the Masters.
Superb. So you finish on, what was it, 48? Did we say?
That makes it
47.
I was over the moon. If I'm honest, I didn't get battered in any of my games. I guess kind of in the Demons game, but I didn't get zeroed.
No, exactly. Yeah.
And I was in most of the games as well with some different plays. So yeah, I was really happy with the list. Obviously, lack of BSB makes it quite swingy sometimes.
Yeah,
but I was
we talked about the lack of BSB going into the tournament, and your whole list changes if you have to put BSB in, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I think the ancient dragon comes out, unfortunately. So I really like the magic setup, obviously, because it was Channel 6 and loads of magic missiles and buffs.
That's why they blew themselves up, though. Channel 6.
Yeah,
they were just too magical, weren't they?
They were. There's an argument that you could turn the mage into a div mage for the attribute, which might help.
Yeah, guiding light. Yeah,
but in my opinion, Cosmo Ice and Fire is too good to not have.
It's a good missile. Yeah,
and then the strength buff as well. So it's interesting. I wouldn't, and I would stick with the list because it was really super fun to play, and I think, and I still think this, even despite my results, if you play it very well, it can really do some big scores.
Well, I mean, we've got to remember as well that this Highborn Elf setup has only come out about a month or so ago. So even the most amount of practice in the world isn't going to be much, and so you had a bit of practice with it, but certainly not a lot compared to like your other lists that you've played in the past. So there's plenty more to get out of this list and to learn how it works. So
and with everything, it was super fun as well.
Exactly, and that's what you definitely would prioritize in going to the Masters, not to put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, and and did all right. I finished 10th overall.
Really well, yeah, really good, very respectable
for a first Masters. I'm pretty happy with that. And and had a really good time as well. Like all my games with the people were amazing, good fun. Great. I played 2 new people I haven't played before in Dan and Kev. Although I was very surprised that was our first game, me and Kev, because we've been to so many tournaments together. But yeah, and generally speaking, really, really well run tournament by Matt.
Definitely, Matt did a cracking job, as well as his support team as well.
Yeah.
And the venue was good, wasn't it? Really as well. Barry did a superb job with the drinks. Shout out to Barry.
I tried some of them as well. They were really nice. Really nice. Well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think it was a superb weekend overall, wasn't it? Really, really well run, really enjoyable. The people made a massive difference. Everyone was good spirited throughout, and
like Durham as well as a venue, it was quite far, but it wasn't hard to get to.
No, really easy to get to.
Yeah. And obviously,
I guess providing you came from where we came from.
Well, I guess the M1 and A1, M1. But we won't do road traffic talk. But that's not what we're here for.
Definitely not. Especially as my sat nav took us in a very strange place.
Yeah, if you haven't got Hyper-G's sat nav, it's really easy to get to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we live on the M1 and it took us half hour to get to the M1. But yeah, anyway, like you say, let's not go there.
But yeah, that sort of wraps up the Masters from that point of view. Thank you for you, Hyper-G, for covering it. I hope you enjoyed the live coverage. I know I did last year.
I loved it. Yeah, it was really good fun.
And thanks to everyone that came on with you. I know that there were some good comments, some good views as well on that. So thank you so much to everybody that's taken a look at that. I know we get quite a lot of international people looking and having a look at the UK Masters and things, because it's quite cool to see what's going on. And so we thank everyone. Yeah, we thank everyone for joining in whatever regard. Whether you're commenting, viewing in the live stream, seeing the pre-videos build up, or seeing these back reps as well. So thanks very much for that. As we always say, like, share, subscribe. We're on Twitter at Lucky Sixes PTG, on Facebook, so you can find us on there, and of course the forum and YouTube and all that jazz and shingles. If you want more Ninth Age, I just want more.
We should say congratulations to Kieran Dunn, the master.
Yes.
He came out the victor, didn't he? Very well done.
Yeah,
he was one of the favourites going in. Not necessarily because of the amount of UK tournaments he'd played in or anything. He was one of the least attendees of tournaments, but everyone agreed that his list was filth of utter filthiness. and he knew how to play it. And clearly that came across. Who came second? I can't remember.
Second was Jake.
Second was Jake. Yes, of course it was. And then third was actually Dan Minto, who you did play in the Army Swap.
So 2 out of the 3 had only gone to 3 tournaments between them in all year. So
yeah, there you go, folks. If that's not motivation, win a tournament, you get some Masters, you can win it or podium. So
I was really pleased with Dan actually as well with doing that. But yeah, Kieran did fantastic. I came on the live stream a few times as well.
Gave me a drink of something foul.
He was going around with that. Yeah,
warmed me up a bit. So yeah, that's good.
Also, go check out his interview on Paired Weapons podcast. They did a post-Masters interview with him, which is really interesting to listen to. And yeah, I say bring on Art of War, but
I think it's already happening. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like in tandem with, and now we're going straight onto the battle reports for Art of War.
So we're going to go on to Art of War. So bring on Art of War Bat Reps review.
Yeah,
so thanks very much for everyone at Art of War, and we will see you for the next Bat Rep and do all that jazz and shindigs.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, 2023 is rolling on already.
Yeah, man. Until then, though, see you later.